Hey there, Tad Arger from Marketing for Hippies. Today's video is about building trust and the difference between trust me and I trust you. One of the messages, it's the way you know how not to trust a salesperson is when they'll say something like, hey, trust me. Hey, trust me. There's something that's fundamentally untrustworthy about that, which is strange. This whole orientation to get people to trust us, troubling. The alternative to this, or at least one alternative, is just to essentially energetically and even overtly just say, look, I trust you. Yeah. Because in saying trust me, what you're saying is like, look, I know your inclinations and your intuition are saying don't do this, but do it anyways. Versus if we say I trust you, we're saying, look, here's what I have to offer. Here's my point of view. Here's the price. Here's any answers to your questions. And basically it's over to them because they're going to be the ones that make the decision anyways. I remember my colleague Ari Galper, when he'd get to the close, the end of the conversation, he would just look at them and say, well, where do you think we should go from here? And it was a sincere question because what he realized is they're going to decide anyways. It's really up to them. And what he was fundamentally saying is like, look, I've said everything I can say about it. So I trust you. What do you think? And that's a very respectful place to come from instead of saying, oh, but if you don't sell them, then you're hurting them. Well, they need to buy. Don't you see? If you walk away and they've sold you on their limitations and you haven't sold them on the possibilities of this, then you failed. Well, of course, I'm saying be good at talking about what you do. Express your point of view clearly, create really good, compelling packages, lower the risk of taking the first step, all those things. But at the end of the day, if our orientation is trying to get them to trust us and saying, hey, trust me, just buy, versus, hey, I trust you to make the best decision for you in your life. If we do the former, it's gonna feel gross. If we do the latter, it feels immensely respectful. Because also romantically, haven't we, at a certain age, we've been on both sides of this, where you felt like I shouldn't trust this person, but they sweet talked you or they put on a good show and you did trust them. You open your heart and you think, I shouldn't have. I knew I shouldn't have. And then we've been that person probably that's done that too. So no life-ending shame on this, but it's a very human thing to want to try to persuade people to trust us, even if maybe we actually aren't that trustworthy out of desperation or selfishness or desire to get what we want or the fear of losing what we have. Of course we do. But it seems like the adult thing to do is not to try to convince them to imagine that we're credible, but to hold that they have a credibility, they have a capacity to know what they need and to know what they want. And then that becomes the whole thrust of the conversation is let's just see if this is a fit. Let me help support you in uncovering what it is that you're genuinely needing or wanting. And let me then share what I can do or offer around that, if anything. So that's the idea. Not trust me, but hey, I trust you. There's more to say. That's not the whole picture, but I think it's a good orientational shift that can help marketing feel good and work a lot better. Because if you say, trust me, and they buy and it's not a fit, well, now you're dealing with refunds, an unsatisfied customer, bad word of mouth, all of this. Versus if maybe a few less people buy, but the ones who do buy for their own reasons, not because they were strong-armed in, well, then you get the opposite of that. You get long-term loyal customers who are happy and thrilled to tell everyone they know about you. Okay, so if you like this video, please click subscribe. If you're on YouTube, then the little bell icon will come up and that'll notify you when I post a new video. Or if you're watching this on Facebook, you can like my page. Feel free to share this video. Of course, if there's anyone you think this is useful for, I hope you're doing well out there.